Alright, alright, this happened back when I was like very young. I think I was like probably like 7, 8, 9, 10 at the time. And at the time, me and my family, we were living in an old abandoned house. And suddenly one night I just go to sleep. And suddenly I just wake up. Like, I'm not really sure what time it was, but it was still nighttime. And I feel like something pulling on my sheets. And I kind of like, I sit on my bed. I sit up on my bed and I'm looking around. Can't really see anything because at the time my room is dark. But I can see like a little bit of light because of the moonlight that's shining through the window. And at the same time, I'm feeling something pulling on my sheet in the corner of my bed. And I get kind of scared, not too scared. So I kind of lay back and I cover myself. And then the pulling just suddenly stops. And a few minutes later, I sit back up on my bed and I'm looking around. And then I spot this figure looking toy figure in the corner of my bed, and I'm just looking at it for like a good 3-5 minutes, and I get kind of scared, so I lay back and cover myself. And at the same time, once I do that, I feel these footsteps on my bed, these small little footsteps on my bed coming towards me. And once it gets so damn close to me, right beside my head, I hear like heavy breathing, and at the same time I hear like this little creature is just like talking or saying words or whatever, but I can't really understand because it was some kind of language it had. And then I just close my eyes, I ignore it. Man, I just try to go to sleep. So I just suddenly go to sleep. And the next night, it happened to me again. And while this thing is climbing up my bed, I can feel it pulling on the sheets. It's like, I can feel it climbing up on my bed. And I'm covering myself at the same time. And this happened like around probably 1 in the morning. And I stand up, I sit up on my bed, and I see this toy figure, just little goblin monster looking thing, just standing in the corner of my bed. And I'm just looking at it, staring at it for like another good 5 minutes. And this time I'm like, I crawl to it to get a closer look at it, and I can hear it breathing, and I'm just looking at it, and then I get kind of scared, so I kind of jump a little bit back, and I lay back, and I cover myself, and then I feel the footsteps of this little monster, goblin monster, just walking on my bed towards me. And once it gets close to me, it like kind of jumps on my chest, and I can hear it breathing heavily, and it's saying something to me, but like I said, I can't understand the language it's saying. And then suddenly I clear my mind, trying to not be too scared at the time. And if I remember right, I think at the time I was kind of praying to God at the time, just saying words to God. And then like I just fall asleep. And the third night, as this happened to me again, I I felt the footsteps coming towards me, and this pretty much continued for like 2 months. I remember right. If I can remember right, this little goblin monster was always coming in my room, coming up my bed, and it was, and this type of stuff. It just continued for 2 months, and then suddenly one night, while it continued, while the little monster was like on my bed, I like sit up, and I'm like, and the room is still like, dark time. So while I'm sitting up, I get kind of like, I let go of my fear, and I kind of scream in my room, telling it, show yourself, where are you, show yourself. Like, I'm like screaming at words and words. I forget what words I'm saying. Like, I ain't scared of you no more. Come up my bed. I'm gonna push you off, or whatever the hell. I was probably like 8 years old at the time, and once I let go of my fear, screaming at it in my room, suddenly, like, after all that, those nights, it never came to me ever again. It never came up in my bed ever again. I never felt the footsteps uh, walking on my bed or anything. But to this day, I still remember the nights that little goblin monster was always coming up on my bed, like if it was trying to, I'm not sure, but I think it was trying to take my soul or something like that. But yeah, I think at those times, I think I was like cursed for, I think somebody like cursed me or something. But luckily now these days it doesn't happen to me anymore, because I think it now knows that I ain't really scared of it no more.